This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your live market review, Monday, September 18th, 2023. Damn, the year's going by fast. Hopefully you're having a good day. Expecting, again, chop in front of the FOMC meeting. However, I could see a rug pull at some point before such, and also choppiness. This is going to be live, and so also we'll be recording the recap, the shorter version at some point. However, if you have questions about any of the stocks that we're talking about, please feel free to interrupt if it's directly related to the stocks we're on. If not, the live open chat is typically at the end. I will go for as long as people have questions, and I usually start with a little open mic. If there's any questions at this point going forward, if anyone's interested in what we're doing, at the close decided to take a small shot at MNRA. A lot of people are like, yeah, we talked about that one. And it's like, I literally waited till the end of the day because I didn't really want to trade it. You're coming into support here. I mean, you can really see it here on the monthly. Give me a second. This area matters right in here. I mean, it needs to hold. If it folds, all right, that's great. Define your risk. It's filling the gap, retesting. Decent volume here. The only reason, I started watching it and was getting interested because watching the 10-minute. At the end of the day, I was like, the volume starting to pick up. The price action started to rise. I was like, somebody's covering shorts at worst, or somebody's buying. Talked about shorting the Micron today, up at the 70 level. You got there again. Doink. Caterpillar, same thing. If you shorted this up into 282 and change, you can see it here on is the hourly. Yeah, we'll go into more of it. I mean, again, we like the Amazon short. I mean, there's a lot of good short opportunities out there. However, just I don't mean to beat people over the head being mean, but just, man, trade the obvious stuff. I'm just trying to, just be careful. Man, that feels very exhaustive, blow-off-ish, right? Look at that. I just think people overtrade these weeks, and then they don't wait for extremes, and they go, oh, I put profit in my pocket. And then I feel like they have to jump right back in. And it's like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. And they still do it. So, I mean, just kind of is what it is. And I'm not trying to be mean to folks. People are like, oh, you're a dick. I mean, I kind of am. But I'm also trying to just get people to remember, how many times do I have to tell you for your own good? Hey, do this. Hey, be careful here. Hey, be safe. Be thoughtful. Again, use your logic. You're going to get burned out of trading if you're just gambling and you're throwing darts and you're not conscious of what you're doing. So I'm going to start the daily recap then if there are no questions. Forever hold their peace. Anyone in the Discord room. Again, if you want to join Discord, link is in the description below. Yeah. Be careful. That's all I can say here going in front. And yeah, we'll get into the questions if anyone. Oh, Sam, I thought I was going to have one, but I guess not. So, all right, let's just record it. And again, at the end, you can pick my brain for as long as possible. And if you really want to interrupt, please be pertinent to some of the questions, the charts that we're going through. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Monday, September 18th, 2023. Got you before. Mike is working good. And yes, I hope you're having an amazing trading day. Let's go through the charts. Choppiness as expected. We talked about this. Don't be surprised if you get some choppy action. The bullish day on the Stock Traders Almanac for just today. And then you got, some action with the FOMC coming later this week. You have a little bit of data, housing stuff beforehand. But at this point, I would not expect too much. I could see another rug pull. And then maybe some chop. Again, if you watch the weekend recap, the live chat, the narrative of the pause, right? The rally, everyone's saying, oh, they're going to raise hikes. They're going to raise rates. No, they're not. And so, but at this point, just, again, don't get fooled by the narrative. If you're new to the channel, want to join the Discord room, link is in the description below. If you join, please say something or you will get kicked out within 24 hours. We want people who want to be involved, who are in the room. If you're not, again, you can follow anywhere. I'm posting everything on Twitter, posting everything daily, trying to keep people informed. Again, appreciate all the likes, follow. Hit the notification bell, and you would have got notified that we went live. We do this a couple times a week, depending. I'm going to start trying to do more live market reviews at the close because I think it helps out. And then people can jump in and ask questions because, again, the market review, keep it short, but this can be a little longer. Follow on Twitter, posting all the charts. Man, over the weekend, I dropped a ton of charts. Felt like 4 days, and it was. Check out the website, thetradingagent.com. Also, too, that's the daily market reviews, back to basics in like more of advanced. So beginning to advanced level. I think that's helpful for folks. If you're also, too, I keep warning people, if you want to get away from, say, Schwab or some of these other stock or trading platforms, Interactive Broker, use the discount code, or not the promotion code. You don't want your money stuck at Schwab or one of these that might go under, because again, your funds could get frozen. If you have over 250,000, you never know. They'll probably take it. And again, if you want that Marcus 5.3 high yield savings account, ding, 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 ding. Well, worth it. All right, let's get into it. CME watch tool, literally 98%. Is it at 99 today? I mean, I don't know how many times. 99. Yes, it's a lock. They're going to pause. Literally. I don't know how many people asked. How many people asked, are the Fed's going to raise rates on Wednesday? No, I dropped this link. I'll put it in the description. If you haven't saved this, keep it in the background. I don't know why people. Yes, exactly, Danny. I agree. Everybody and their mom, because again, it's a narrative so that they can try to act like, well, look, the Feds are pausing. It's manipulated media coverage. Let's keep an eye on it. Bitcoin. Uh-oh. My man Holly here was watching it and like, whoa, look at that wicker sandwich. Oil getting closer to upside target. Don't short oil yet. If you want to short oil service, don't chase either. Please, for the love of God, don't chase. Let it come to you. Natural gas, whole lot of snooze. Yeah, leave it the hell alone. Please, 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 please. All right, I'm just sorry, I'm moving some charts around. All right, dollar. Not surprised if it goes nowhere before the FOMC meeting, right? TLT, don't be surprised if it goes nowhere between the FOMC meeting. However, nice little pop here, but I don't know. Again, we talked about this. If you want to stake stabs down here, it makes sense. 92 level, 93, whatever. If you're holding it for the long term, looking for that yield, I mean, I don't blame you. I think it's not a bad idea. Just define your risk, have a stop. If you're wrong, don't be a dumbass. VIX, we said wakey bakey. Well, look what happens. Pops and then chops, backfilling a little today. Not surprised. Chop, 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 chop. VIX filled the gap. Now what? Well, looks like it's going to do what it's going to do. And that's just hang out. I mean, a lot of this stuff, I'm trying to warn people, like, just don't get too excited about the Monday, Tuesday before the FOMC meeting. It's literally, I mean, if you have to go on vacation and you don't need to be around, these are the 2 days to do it. SPY. Look at that little doji under the 20-day yawner. Again, this is going to be fast on the review. We'll talk about more stuff afterwards because it's just there's not a lot to say. QQQ breaks the 20-day chop. And again, I could see more down coming, a little more rug pull. I mean, IWM definitely lagging. About to break the 200-day. DIA. Again, we see more downside. I just don't want people to short at the lows. Be careful. You might be okay long term, but if you're buying options, you might get cooked near term. And again, just don't make a lot of mistakes. Try to do less. Less is more. Dia stuck. Gold, again, I don't trust this rallying in front of the FOMC meeting. I got tons of emails this weekend about buying gold and silver. I've warned you guys, when you start seeing this, why would they be pushing and selling it if they didn't think it was going higher? Silver, not the same thing. Kind of chopping around, hold range lows. GDX, we talked about it. Maybe it's got some upside. Maybe you could get to the 30 level, but I mean, all these names, just to move through them fast. GDXJ got nothing today. Doji, okay, whatever. AG, not acting so hot, not surprised. Let this thing get absolutely slaughtered. I'd love to see this thing in like a $3 range. AEM, nice little rally here. We talked about some of the bigger names. I mean, that looks like it could come right back into this trend line, 51 area. If you want to trade it, go right ahead. I thought Newmont looked the best the last couple of days because it had volume. Double bottom. I mean, 50-day. Again, it's just, I don't really know there's a lot of juice to squeeze out of these. Good old PAAS. PAAS. Chopping around. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's get on to tech. That's where everyone's here for, right? Taiwan Semi. Ooh. Better hold. That's all I can say. Micron, if you shorted this again on today's Buddy Pass upgrade. Nice little Dogecoin. No, Doji gets back up into the 71. I mean, it was an easy short. It didn't really drop a ton, but we'll see what happens. AMD almost jumped off the cliff today. Look at this. Made new lows, rally back. All right, maybe it'll chop around. NVIDIA hits the 420. 420, bro. Right on the freaking dot. Closes back. I mean, you got to agree. I mean, that's strong. I mean, just let it chop out. I don't know what to say. Intel. I got some Intel trolls telling me like, hey, I bought it at 25. Why should I sell here? I go, well, maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. Gains aren't real until realized. Hits the 40 short point. Fail so far. SMH. Don't someone remind me. I'll go through Nike later. SMH. Yeah, hits the. We talked about it. Maybe just gets down here, chops around. Seems pretty basic to me. Adobe's got pro-gapped on earnings. Now it's just chopping around. Again, chop, chop, chop. Apple, nice little rally today. Are you surprised? No. Watch the 20 gate. That's why I'm just always like very concerned for folks who short at the lows. Do you also buy at the highs? So now you let this pop. All right, it's like 20 day. Duh. Amazon, we talked about this 145 area. Okay. Chop, chop. Let it come on down. I mean, I'd take it red. I like a red day. CRM, we talked about shorting up on the earnings level. So far, so good. I know some folks who shorted the Guggenheim today. I like it. Channel high. I mean, just again, it's so easy with stops. I just don't know why people like make it so difficult. Like I have to short it and then I have to hold it and I have to see what happens. If I'm wrong, I'll be wrong 10%. It's like, what? Meta holding 20 day. Again, it's chop, chop. Microsoft, it looks like it's going to dump. Watch the 100. Watch the 20. NDAQ looked like it was about to jump off the cliff. But again, here we go. Chop, chop. Market's not flopping yet. MicroStrategy, chop, chop. 100 day. I mean, flop, chop, chop. If you want to hear me say chop, chop a lot, don't be surprised. Netflix, I mean, this is compressing. It's due to probably bounce, right? It goes from 450 down to 393. Don't be surprised. Roblox, this thing's a piece of junk. Love it to come down. Love to see this in the 20 range. I mean, I think I love. We'll see, because I think they get bought out. Tesla, pro gaps down on the Saudi Arabia news. Oops. I mean, any backfill is probably a short where they stop, okay? Material names. Letter X. I mean, multiple steel companies downgrade or guided down recently, chopping. I mean, they're a potential buyout target. Nucor, here you go. Continuation, they guided down. Caterpillar, all right. I wish I had a magic crystal ball. Like, when are you gonna M drop and fail? Get below the 20 day. Just holding on. I think it's just a matter of time. VALE down a couple percent today. I mean, this looks a very novice gap trap. Be aware. Remember we talked about another China stimulus. I think China's stock market hit a new low today. Arrow holding. I mean, it thing got beaten. 24 down to 19, 18. I mean, don't be surprised. A lot of these names. CCJ, I mean, the uranium. Now here's the thing. I drew that little arrow, though, and was like, I bet watch what happens here. If these are the perceived leaders right now and they start failing, keep in mind, like, this would be bearish. I mean, I'm not saying jump out and short CCJ, but it makes sense to short CCJ with stops. We like ag, but we know they got to get thrown out. They're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Same thing, Mosaic, NTR. And people are like, no, there's not really a lot of great content here. It's the Monday before the FOMC meeting. What are you expecting? Big, gigantic moves. If they happened, it would be the outlier. NTR, chop, chop. Chop, 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 chop. AA, chop, chop. Now, financials looked interesting. I mean, the juniors especially. XLF, chopping around. I mean, rally back at the end of the day. This is an interesting area. I mean, that XDiv today. JP, Mo. Again, I'd be watching this because if it does get up to 150, I think you can short the shit out of it. Sorry. You can short it aggressively. Morgan Stanley, God, it's getting choppy here. I mean, I don't know if there's much room up here. Maybe the 89, 90 level. Goldman holding up pretty good, right? At the an old trend line. Watch it. Once that breaks the 200-day. Goodbye, KRE. Now, this is, again, June. Look at this. XDiv today, not really acting so good. I mean, gap fill imminent, or it happened, I guess. What was it? 44, 20, 47. Yeah, I mean, we got close enough for government work. I mean, it's interesting. I don't think it's going to hold, but I'll be surprised if it chops around. XBI, retesting the range of lows. We talk things that aren't bullish. Again, the market just does not look that good. Solar, God, this thing is a dog. Roof with fleas. Uh-oh. Breaking, massive. Mucho, Sapuerto. Yikes, yikos. Uh-oh, dangerous. What's solar know that oil isn't talking about? Keep an eye on. Just keep in the back of your mind. ENPH, dead. First Solar, Sedge, dead. Sedge, good God. I mean, this is the short of the chant. Like, this is the ultimate winner. If you shorted this up at the 200-day or shorted up here. Look at that donkey. Again, leave a comment below if you had solar shorts. For solar, better hold. Again, if you're short these things, I mean, it makes sense. They're probably going lower. I just don't know near term. HY Jizzle. Just going through this real quick. Someone was asking, oh, what do you think? I'm like, chop, chop. Just keep an eye because I think it's about to get cooked. Right? All right. We'll end it oil and gas. Now, again, are you surprised oil rallied today? But look at today's candle, right? A little gap up and a hammer. Natty gas. I mean, it's just a waste of time. XOP, again, tried to get crushed 20-day, but doesn't look good. Little XDiv, chop, chop, right? Just keep an eye on it. ExxonMobil testing the 118 level again. Doge. Oxycodone. Sorry, Occidental Petroleum. Buffett gets his dividend. Now he's selling his covered calls. Yeah, that's what makes sense to me. PXD, mean nothing. A lot of these oil names look a little tired, like they're about to break. We'll end it with EQT and Flex LNG, and then we'll stick around for the live. Yeah, I mean, breaking the 50-day. EQ and Flex LNG, we talk about being a natural gas exporter sometime. Love it long term. However, I don't think I'd be holding it now. If you have any questions, please reach out. Leave a comment below. I appreciate all the love, support, and again, the generous donations. If you're donating, please make sure you DM me and let me know who you are because sometimes the names don't match up. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, please, again, reach out. Use the Calendly link. 30 minutes. I don't mind spending time with anybody if they have questions. And also, don't be shy if you have real estate questions because the real estate market is interesting to say the least. So I'm going to stop the daily review and let's just keep it rolling. Any questions, thoughts, concerns, beliefs, desires? What are your wildest desires? Do you have anything to say? You want some feedback? You want to make fun? I don't care. Could care less. Hey, FNG. Oh, God. Isn't that give me 2 seconds. Isn't that ETF that's just hates all of the, hating on all of the tech stocks? And I can look it up. Again, I just don't really like charting these things. Yeah, it's the FANG. Yeah. No, I mean, it probably makes sense. You probably don't need to ask that question. You probably know the answer. Oh, man, this thing has just been a bleeder. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, just define your risk. I don't know what to tell you other than I think this is a good buy. I'd probably prefer it down just like in the 7, maybe even 7 range. But just, I mean, don't think for a second that the decay on this thing could, ultimately just, you got to be careful. I mean, just to be careful. I mean, I agree. I mean, I don't know. We don't chart these ETFs. I've told you can't chart these reverse ETFs because they just literally reverse split and they endlessly decay. So like charting them is literally worthless. Literally worthless. So, I mean, pulling up this chart is a complete waste of time. It's like charting the drip, right? Or the UVXY. Like you just know. Use the underlying products that they follow and then just run them. Right? Like that's, and again, maybe you've never heard that before. I think you have, but whatever. Like that's what I'd be looking for. That's what I do. I don't look at these charts. Like someone's like, hey, what do you think of drip in the 9s? And I'm like, well, yeah, the XOP was hitting resistance, right? It's holding this level. Makes sense. That's about it. Do you know where the missing jet is? Yes, I do, but I can't talk about it. Great question. Great question. It is in my old backyard in North Carolina. We're holding on to it. We're ransoming it. We're going to see if the Chinese are willing to pay us $3 billion for it. We pay, free jet. Why not? Yeah, good question though. I mean, again, it's just hard. It's just hard. These leveraged ETFs, they're great when you get the move. And if you don't, you got to stop out and just go, game, I lose. Because again, if you aren't willing to lose, then you can't really win. NPC. Oh yeah, I need to look up NPC and Nike. I can do that for you, my man. Again, I just don't take this volume. Take it with a grain of salt, being OPEX. Because you can see it on like the 10-minute or the hourly. It was like just this. No, actually, it was this candle. Yeah, and here was all the volume. It literally was in this candle. It was one pair trade. So again, when you look at the daily, if you and Sab are looking at this thing, don't take it that serious. I mean, I like it. it kind of reminds me of like NVIDIA, right? When it was like riding the top of the channel and it like kind of had like this M-ish humpy dumpy top. You know, that's what's up. Someone was asking about Nike. Ooh, not NK. I don't even know what NK is. I was like, I don't think that's stock. NKE. And I think someone was talking about going long this. I'm like, what? China's like slowing down rapidly. This stock is just looks like dead money. Dead money. I preferred Soxus earlier, but I prefer FNGD. Because remember, we talked about like NVIDIA peaking. I don't think I would prefer probably your FNGD versus Soxus near term. But I mean, they're both going to do the same thing. Nike, I mean, this is dead money. I mean, this is like double top, smash, double top, smash. I mean, go zoom out. I mean, this when people ask me these questions, I'm always like, well, where did you start? I started looking at the stock, and then I looked at the hourly. It's like, no, this thing is toast, y'all. This is coming back to the 100-month. This is a recession. I mean, this thing, yeah, I mean, went back to the 100-month in 2008. I mean, I just, again, I'm not trying to shit on Nike, but go woke, go broke. I mean, 50% retracement. I guess it kind of did that. Tough to know. Again, when in doubt, pass on it, move to easier trades. I mean, if the market starts taking the dive, I don't know why it wouldn't come right back down in the 70s. BABA. I've been saying I don't know why anyone would want to play in the China field. And I know people were trading it, but it's like I don't trust Chinese stocks. I've seen more people lose money. I've shorted Chinese stocks like a pro because they're crap. I mean, I don't know. Is this the trend? It just broke it. I don't know. Again, BABA. Yeah, I don't trust China at all. I mean, the 50% unemployment rate for folks under 25. I mean, this is again for a trade. I mean, these too hard. Would you short decay ETF for long term? Period. Yes, we've talked about that. UVXY. I love shorting that. If the VIX spikes over 50, you just short the UVXY and then you call me later. Just call me later. Yeah, again, these trades are too hard. You have to remember your capital is like, it's like trying to buy real estate. If the agent just shows you a property, are you just going to buy it and then get emotionally attached to it? And it's like, well, no, there's probably better ones out there. Once you recognize that sometimes it's just not, I don't know. A lot of people ask me about BABA, and this is the thing that I would tell you. Wait till nobody likes BABA. That's the problem. The stock looks like shit, and people keep asking me daily, what do you think about BABA? What do you think about BABA? I'll know when people want BABA, like when I know all my gold bug friends, when they just stop talking about gold. I'm like, oh, there we go. Yeah, shorting decayed ETFs, absolutely, Pierre. Like that's literally the easiest trade out there. Wait for these leverage ETFs to pop, and then the bearish ones, and the market gets smashed, and at the bottom, you can short those things just continuously. But you have to remember, you can only make 100% shorting. So take a big fat chunk and then pass out. I mean, I see the gap fill, but I'm just telling you, Brian, this is not a knock on you by any means, my friend. Endlessly people talking about buying BABA, and it just looks like shit, and it keeps making lower lows and lower highs. It failed at the rejection zone, and it's just it's just walking the dog lower. That's all I'd be worried. I knew you went over. So can you lay out the most likely scenario for the week? I was nothing certain is certain, but what do you? Okay, yeah, great talk, Danny. This is a good question. Thank you. All right. I know you went over this already, but can you lay out the most likely scenario for the week? I know nothing is for certain, but what does your work experience and post-Fed speak tell you? Well, there's this interesting dynamic that people keep talking about, this idea that they're going to raise rates. We for a fact know that there is a 1% chance that they're going to raise rates on Wednesday. So you could tell the media is trying to somehow build this narrative like the Fed is doing the right thing by pausing here. So I feel like at some point there's going to be a rally and then it's a flop city. And it's probably flop city later in the week, the big flop. That would be my guess. So based on what because you have to think about like what's the narrative here? Not like what I want to happen, because again, what I want to happen is I want to see just chaos. I want them to beat the market down, get it over with. Stop playing these games. Take this thing back down to like with the, take price in the recession, get it done, get it down. Because this is the game. I mean, go look at the monthly. Coming back to this channel, we're probably going to come back to the 100-month. And if we need to, we'll probably come back down to the 200-month. We haven't seen the 200-month in what seems like, why is it not? Come on, catch up 200-month. There we go. Maybe it's there. Okay, well, we haven't seen the 200-month in decades. Come on, show me the 200-month. Why is it? Oh, I guess this charting goes back to 93. Like the 200-month, look where it's at. It's going to come back into this 237. That would be, to me, like, just get it over it. Rip the Band-Aid off this son of a bitch. Feels like the 1970s where you had that redux, where you had that rally, and then everyone got all excited, and then... Because the Feds are going to be stuck. They have to kill risk on. And so for my experience, the rest of the week, you're going to have, especially the Wednesday, it's going to be super volatile. Not until probably 2 o'clock. You might get a little up and down. Honestly, don't be surprised if maybe we pull the rug Wednesday morning and then rally back on the Fed meeting. Like actual, I'm writing that one down because I think that's basically, if I had to like sum it up, I would say flop at 2 or before, and then fake rally, and then flop Thursday, Friday. Look at the Stock Traders Almanac. But you will probably get some sort of rally that just gets people buying calls and getting their puts murdered, right? And right under fake rally, murder put rally. Does that help? That's my experience with that. Now, again, could I be wrong? Yeah, but think about what they're going to do. Because, right, look at the VIX. Not the VIX monthly. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty attractive down there. Look what happened. They rallied it up, hit the 20, 50-day, back off. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we got up to, like, this 15, 16. Right? Like, I'm going to write that. VIX 15, 16 level. And again, taking notes, just see what happens. And then they could pull it back and then kapow. And then get it going. Because remember, the Thursday post-OPEX has typically been the day that's been the most important lately. Y'all keep that in mind, remember? So, again, I appreciate these questions. I know we might talk about it in the Discord room, but if it's really not, easy, it's a great question. Because I guarantee somebody watching this is going to go, well, what the hell do you think is going to happen before the Feds? And it's like, all right, let's just take our best guesstimate. And if I'm wrong, which happens, someone will be like, you idiot. But then when I'm right, I don't hear from these same folks. They only seem to pop up when I'm wrong, which that's fine. They don't seem to hang out very often. I don't have a problem with that. Any more questions, thoughts, concerns? I'll wrap it up. If not, the live has been going on for 28 minutes. Again, I'm here to answer any of your questions, concerns. If you want to make jokes, thanks for sharing. Yeah, of course, Shannon. Again, this is hard because the Monday Tuesday is going to be like a choppy mess. What do you think about the weird bond action? Bond action. Oh, I don't know, man. Again, that could just be a misprint. And if it wasn't, that was like Pow Daddy stepping in, and then they were like, that didn't happen. I mean, I saw it. I don't. I mean, clearly it didn't matter today, though, right? Look at the TLT. I mean, it didn't do shit. So, I mean, what did it? The 10-year got a 5.339. Is that what I saw? Something like that. And it's like, misprint, fat finger. Somebody in the Discord room put market order in with no liquidity, and the market maker gave him 5.399. I mean, I don't know. That's a pretty solid trade, actually, because if it's now back at 4, whatever, you got decent trade. I would have loved to bought bonds at 5.39 and then sold them today. But I don't know. Did anyone hear anything about reversing to that trade? Was it real? Was it fake? PAAS? Anybody? Good question. Good question. Someone said check out Starbucks, and I'm like, yeah, it looks like it's just biding time. Channel broke. Once it breaks 93, get out the pooper scooper. No, get out of the way. Let's look at some of the other ETFs. Just IYT. Man, transports close at the low of the day. So bullish. Market's so bullish. All right. XLB, housing. No, so materials. Ugh, not so sexy. Let's check out that housing stocks. Where are they at? Oh, I got all these different. Oh, dirt. Better hold here. 2-year spike glitch, yeah. How do you feel about the new chief of Nikola News? The chief of Nikola News. Am I being pranked? I don't know what that is. Nikola News. Can you reference something more about that? I don't know. I don't have an opinion because I'm not really familiar. Nikola News. Is that a new news outlet? I mean, we need some more news outlets that aren't bought and paid for by the mass conglomerates of the world. But I don't know. I saw stuff on Russell Brand. I thought that was interesting. You know, like all of a sudden he starts dropping facts about everything and everyone hates him. And then boom, he gets, it's like Dave Portnoy, you know, like, oh, he's a womanizer, rapist. It's like, I don't know, he's a pimp. I mean, but then if someone gets paid to say something, again, you got to know you're saying stuff right when they're starting to like silent you. And that's where, again, people don't realize, like, I got kicked off of TradingView. My my chat room was the VPA room. It was the 5th largest room on TradingView. All organic, all my stuff. Then they booted me. They took it away for no reason. Go look up dead deeds on TradingView. I don't know my profile. I don't know how many followers I still have, but rather ironic. Again, so I can feel these guys play. Like when you're doing something right, you seem to just get all of a sudden in trouble. Airbnb, it's the big volume from being added into the indexes. I mean, it's definitely peaked. I mean, today was probably a decent little short squeeze. I mean, anything in the 144, 145. I watched the podcast with Jay Shetty and the Airbnb founder. Seems like a really solid dude, but I just don't trust. I mean, it's like, maybe on the next down move, it's a buy. But it's interesting, like management just continues to unload. But I don't know if it's end of the year stuff. But yeah, this doesn't seem that good. Seems like a big down channel. Big down chisel. I don't know. Oh, yeah. There you go. Channel all the way to Christmas pain we come. Da, 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 da. See you down in the 50s. Yeah, okay. Cool. Sorry, it's already September. Is anyone else just like, what the where did this year go? Literally. Where did the year go? Where did the year go? Valero, this looks interesting up here. Yeah, no problem. Again, I like the short. You know how it is, TY. It's just when the market dumps, good. But you got to trade the extremes. All right, how about the daily question? AMC, should I buy it? No. Walgreens, let's get it out of the way. What do you think of Walgreens, Dan? Oh, I always want to say WAG. What is it, WGA? No, why can't I remember? It's such a stupid symbol. What is it? Someone else is thinking about it. NVIDIA was $51 in October 2020. Yeah, it was. U.S. debt surpassed $33 trillion. Yay! It's WA Walgreens. Was it Walgreens? But B something. The B was another company. I'm trying to think of it. What's the B? What's the B in Walgreens ticker symbol? What would that B represent? Trick question. Boots Alliance. Yes, you're right. It was Boots Alliance. You get the reward for the day for the most intelligent trader here. Leave it alone. NVIDIA. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing about NVIDIA. And I don't know about you guys, but the more I look at their accounting, something smells fishy. Now, again, not to say that they're selling good chips, but something smells fishy. Walgreens Boots Association. Yeah, that's right. Something smells fishy here. Now, again, it rallied at 420, bro. What was it? 420. Yay. Okay. This is the next support resistance zone. I'm going to get rid of... Oh, yeah, I'll get rid of this trend line. Seems kind of stupid. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing you got to love about like breaking a channel, then rallying back and get everyone all excited and then bust their ass hard. Anyone else been caught in that trap? Bust your ass hard? Yeah, I have. All right. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns? Again, I appreciate all the generous donations. If someone wants to drop one, that's cool. I'll drop a link for it. Again, you want to buy me a beer? Cool. Again, I think one of the things that I think people who are truly get this stuff is like, there's a tuition that you can't, or an education you just can't get without experience. Like, you have to live through all of these like continuous FOMC meetings and end of the month and OPEX and earnings, and now it's warning season and it's like seasonality and year's ending, and there's so many of these things you just don't even know. But you're reading the news and you're going to stock tweets and you're going to Twitter and you're like, I think the market's going to do this. It's like, man, if the market was that predictable, everybody would be rich. Everybody, and they're not. They're just not. Like, most people get fleeced in trading. And everyone will get fleeced at some point. That's why you got to define your risk. You have to have stops. Sorry, I'm just going to... few more of these that I'm looking at. FedEx. Yeah, I was wondering who's breaking the transports. UPS. Uh-oh. Whoa. God. Good God. Good God, man. Whoa. Red Hat. Not Red Hat. Restoration Hardware. Whoa. They must have had some great earnings. Good God. Oh, FedEx's earnings on Wednesday. Yes. Interesting. Breaking the channel. Oh, God, that could get fucking... Oh, God, you gotta stop swearing. You get fucking ugly. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Wells Fargo was up today. Good for them. Good for them. This stock has gone nowhere. I mean, this has been a covered call giant for Buffett. I mean, Buffett's just buying stocks that just won't go out of business. I feel like that's his new business plan. Buy stocks that don't go out of business and then sell covered calls against them endlessly. Endlessly till the end of time. Do you guys understand what he does with that? That's. I mean, I wish I had that kind of capital. You can do that with small amounts and still do all right. Let me see if there's anything else worth digging through. Yeah, Steel Dynamics. They guided down. Interesting reaction. I mean, again, it's choppy market. Holding the gaps. Yeah, so far, this thing is going to test that trend at some point. All right. Any more questions, thoughts, concerns? If not, I'll wrap up this live. Again, I enjoy the lives because I think we can get comfortable, get to know each other. It's good to chat, good to hang out. This is, people are always like, oh, I heard you were on that podcast. I haven't heard from them yet. And it's like, someone's like, oh, you should do a show. I'm like, no, I don't want a full-time job like that. I don't mind chatting here. Maybe someday we'll have like multiple people in here. We'll have multiple stuff. Carol, I think I like that you think I'm funny. I think I'm authentic. Hopefully that helps. And funny, yes, I do try to make this fun because, man, if you just sit here and you talk about stocks without trying to throw jokes in, holy fuck. Put a gun to my head. I used to follow some really good traders and they would do their little podcasts and their talks, and I'm like, 5 minutes in, I'm like, I haven't heard an inflection point in their tone. They haven't said anything worth of interest. It's just like, That's just you think about like Peanuts, you know, wah 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 wah, short wah 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 wah, long wah 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 wah. Any other trades out there? Because some people were talking about it. Like, again, I'll review the mRNA one real quick because I just thought it was interesting. Just curious. If you're curious. So testing the lows, right? From the gap. Interesting. Gap fill. Check out the monthly. Interesting area here. I mean, again, no guarantee. No guarantee. And then here's the weekly. I mean, you can tell this thing is just the volatility has been sucked out. I mean, it's sucked out, right? I don't know where you want to draw this from. I don't know. If we get back, I'm not going to be around for that. Yeah, I mean, it needs to hold basically here. And then at the 10-minute, like, again, I had no desire to trade this, but then all of a sudden, like, I just saw the volume start increasing. It got over the 30-period moving average. Again, in the morning, it was just a sloppy chop. I went to the gym. I didn't even give a shit this morning. And I'm like, oh, the volume's starting to pick up. Again, will it go to the moon? I don't know. But if you have any idea of what it can do, it is volatile. I mean, I still think you get back up into the 120s. And if it gets stupid, maybe it gets, I don't know, 150. Again, stop, define your risk. Don't be early. Again, I hope people try to just, and here it is. This is the plan you should have in the back of your mind. Wait for extremes, know your levels, and if things aren't doing what you think they are doing, like, again, like if it's not anywhere that matters, don't sit here and watch the paint dry. Don't sit here watching your grass grow. Don't sit here, again, waiting to exhale, okay? All right, I'm going to let you guys and gals run. I appreciate all the love, support. Again, generous donations. I appreciate it. Again, do the work. Check out the Discord room. Watch the old Back to Basics videos. And again, if you come in here, yeah, no problem, Eric. Ask questions. You're going to get the answers. I'm not going to sit here and go, I don't know. Most times than not, I'm not going to say go watch that video, which I probably should. But I'll try to give you a good answer, and then I might point you if you want deeper. Because a lot of people are like, bro, novice gaps, what are those? And what else is it? It's like, man, there's a video on everything. If someone had a question, I tried to do it. All right, peace out. May the force be with you, if that's a good way to put it. Peace.